Hi, all. This is Dr. J speaking live from Long Island, New York. Waiting Jake's arrival. Always waiting on Jake, it seems. And no picture. Okay. Okay now? Better? Better? Okay, great. Waiting on Jake. Great. All right. I shouldn't have this kinds of technical difficulties I had with the Apple. Oh, suddenly we got a whole bunch of people. David, you were able to hear me before when I talked about STMP, stamps.com, or you missed my remarks? You missed it. All right, well, basically I said it has a beautiful looking chart. I think it'll make new highs. I mean, I took a quick look at it. Even though it's one of those stay-at-home type stocks, I still like it. I like all the stay-at-home type stocks, FedEx, UPS, Amazon, Kimberly-Clark, all of them. I still like them. I think there's juice left in all of them. Yeah, where is Jake, Eyes of Money? Hey, Lynn. Florida's beautiful this week, huh? Oh, it's been raining. So now it's beautiful. Today was a so-so day, but yesterday was very, very nice. Heath is here. AVYA, didn't that shoot its load? I remember looking at the chart briefly on that one. I'll look at it. I have a lot of stocks I want to look at, actually. Cabinet guy is here from the Green Mountain States. Where's your brother tonight? When your brother shows up, you don't show up. When you show up, your brother don't show up. It's a good question. I think Japan certainly happens first, and Masters 2 has been slowed up by the COVID-19. So I'm not quite sure how far away they are from FDA approval, assuming they get PMDA approval, whatever the Japanese FDA equivalent is. And that would come first. That would come early 2021. PMDA approval on athx. Jake, are you volume good?
Yeah, yep, I'm here.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm getting out of the picture, I say.
Yeah, you're halfway.
Yeah. Halfway in, halfway out.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, so Spike left everybody with a riddle, a Batman riddle. I didn't look it up because I think that's cheating. He wanted to know who was the character that Vincent Price, the famous horror actor, played in the TV show Batman. I'm not sure.
I'm not your guy.
I would have to guess.
Not your guy for that. I don't have no idea.
You're not a Batman fan? Superhero fan?
No, I love Batman. Just the one with Christian Bale.
Yeah, I love Batman with Poison Ivy, with Uma.
Mm-hmm.
Uma Thurman. Uma Thurman is my favorite Thurman. Nate Thurmond and Strom Thurmond would be my other two choices, but they have a D at the end. Did you ever hear of Strom Thurmond?
Who, Thurman?
Strom, S-T-R-O-M.
No, never.
He was a senator from South Carolina that was senator for like 100 million years.
Oh, wow.
I think he was senator almost to his death.
Hmm.
And I know he was more than a century old when he died.
Hmm.
I'm not quite sure if he was senator when he died. No, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Nate Thurmond was a basketball center from Golden State back in the early days, not the early days, but in the I guess it was the Wilt Chamberlain era, pretty much. It's hard for me to recollect. He was older than me, so he would probably be about 80 now. Great basketball player. One of the outstanding early centers, 6'11", a bull. Basketball is not your thing either.
Not really. No.
You're more a soccer guy, right?
But no basketball.
More a soccer guy?
No, the UFC. The
UFC.
Yeah. No basketball though.
No basketball. And not big on soccer either.
Only during the World Cup.
Did you watch local soccer when you lived in Houston? They had a good team.
Nope. Never.
Nope.
Never.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, I am back in the States. So.
You're in Austin?
Yeah, back in Austin, back in my signature office. So.
I think. Are you happy to be home? Or?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be hiking pretty soon here after our show. I've been going to restaurants. I actually got a humanitarian flight back last weekend.
How crowded was that plane?
Pretty booked actually. Yeah, I mean, no middle seats, but pretty booked. Almost.
Did everybody wear a mask?
Yeah, you have to wear a mask to get on the plane. I wore a mask. Yeah, you have to. Yeah. Yeah.
You're getting some credit here, Jake.
What?
By Heath.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah. Yeah, we should talk about that.
The bottom that it hit the bottom that it hit today was just about hit 3 days in a row. It seems to be forming a solid base now. CVM.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've seen this before, just like twice, maybe even 3 times in the last 2 months. It's the shorts always wait for it to go to 15, 16, 17 before they bring it down, probably somewhere around 12, 11, 10, and then it goes back up and then it goes back down again. So
they'll be playing that thing right up until let's say the end of the first week in June.
Yeah, it's relatively safe right now for the swing trading, right? I mean, it's business as usual until the data lock is announced. But
Lynn has a question for you today. See the question on the screen?
Yeah. Thanks, Lynn. It's a good day. Pretty it's rocky at first. Good market though. My 2 largest position did well.
It finished with a flurry, the market.
Yeah.
What are your 2 largest positions? The Peanut Gallery wants to know. You want to share your 2 largest positions, or you don't?
BCRX and CVM.
Okay. My two largest positions are CVM and athx.
Wow.
But BCRX is beginning to get there. I added it today pretty much at the bottom.
Yeah.
Godfather Frazier left me a comment that he didn't think it was going to get to $4.30, what I said on Wednesday. And I said, I hope you're right, but I'm really wrong when it comes to picking bottoms. So I think I proved myself right again.
No,
I hope it's the bottom.
You are a really good bottom picker. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Actually, he called me today, telling me about how right you were, and then I told him that I actually learned that from you. Your theory on the price always going towards the offering price.
Plus a little more.
Yeah, plus dipping, and then always coming back to it until the offering close, which will be on Monday.
Yes. So I took full advantage of it. I bought at 8:30 or 8:29. 4:29. And then when it got to 4:33, I doubled what I bought. If I bought X at 4:29, I bought another X at 4:33.
Yeah. It's almost like just finding offering and doing that all day,
Yes, that's true. By the way, what did it close at?
BCRX closed at like 454, something around there.
Wow.
Over 450. Over 450, under 460.
Lynn also has CVM as her biggest position.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of people that follow us have CVM as the largest position.
Yeah.
And I hope we're all right and have reason to celebrate in the end.
Yeah, Lynn, I have 454 on my side. So probably it's different brokerage.
Lynn says it closed at 449.50.
Yeah, I have 454 on my brokerage.
Not Lynn, Linda. Sorry.
Yeah.
Linda, what's the most famous? There are two Linda songs, right? What are the two Linda songs? Anybody know the two Linda songs? I'm aware of two of them. There might be more than two. Linda, are you aware of any songs with your name? This is like a Yogi Berra type statement that Heath is making. You remember Yogi Berra? You heard of him, Jake?
Yeah, the cartoon.
Jake, we got to educate you as to American sports.
Yeah, I mean, I watch the UFC religiously, and that's it. Yeah.
Yogi Berra was catcher for the Yankees, one of the best catchers in the history of baseball, but he's best known for his one-liners. He said, it ain't over until it's over. If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Those kinds of things. Linda's not answering me about Linda's songs.
Yeah, it is up. Yeah, that's how I got the 4.54.
I'm not going to say the Linda songs. Let's see who knows a couple of Linda songs. Alexa knows. If I ask Alexa, she would know.
Yeah, someone just Google it so we can knock this out of the way.
No, that's cheating. That's cheating. We don't want to Google it. All right, give people something to think about besides the stocks. Anyway, we had a phenomenal close today to a pretty good week. But Wednesday, I got a headache on Wednesday. Everything I owned practically was down.
Yeah, I
With
mean,
Spike,
it was a rough week.
Professor Spike and I, we kept it light. We didn't lament.
Yeah, no, I watched you guys. That was a rough day yesterday too.
You tell me a song about Linda. Give me a song about Linda. Any song with Linda in it.
Yeah, so someone please give him the song.
All right, we'll move on to charting. Is that okay if I chart?
Yeah, let's spend some time on CVM.
I'll start with CVM.
Yeah,
I got about
conversation about
eight
CVM today.
names. I got about 8 names I want to chart. So how about aemd? Did I not call that one? aemd, Jake? Tell everyone I called that one.
Yeah, you did. He caught it.
Not only that, Dr. J bought more today at $1.36. And it closed at, I think, $1.40 something. I expect good things from aemd. Did you ever get in on that?
Yeah, I bought yesterday.
Okay, that's my man.
Not a large position.
I told you not to buy a large position. Didn't I tell you not to?
Yeah, you did, but it doesn't fall in line with my typical plays. You know, it's unclear catalyst, but why not?
If Dr. J says Dr. J has a gut feeling, isn't that good enough?
Yeah, you know, I only bought it to test out your gut feeling.
My gut.
Theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the only reason.
I gotta open the window because it's hot in Long Island, New York. At least I'm getting hot. But was pot hot? No, I don't think pot was hot today.
No.
Rodney joined us. How you doing, Rodney? A witness that I called it. Bob Gorelick, Yogi Berra's most famous quote. I think you're right. You know, I don't mind sharing what my doctorate is in, but you know what PhD stands for, don't you, Jake?
Yeah.
You know what it stands for?
What does it stand for?
Piled higher and deeper. All right, applied mathematics. Applied mathematics.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, which is ironic because you are a doctor and you trade biotech stocks, but you're not a medical doctor. You're which is kind of funny. However, your skill set was put to good use on CVM with that Excel sheet you created.
Well, I'm not a status. I am not. Let me put a disclaimer in. I never studied statistics other than used it in a few papers I wrote when I had to. So that's all I did with statistics. I'm not a stat guy, but I've been talking to Fosco, who is. So we've been ironing out a few things.
Yeah. Yeah, let's talk about CVM. You know, that's
Let me share a screen.
You gonna bring it up?
I'm gonna bring the screen up.
Yeah, I was talking to Godfather today about CVM.
Let me bring the chart up on CVM.
Yeah. And I mean, like, think about what Gert is feeling right now, right? I mean, there's two things that could happen to him. One, he becomes a half billionaire, right? He'll probably bank 500 mil from this, um, if the data is good. Or two, he quit biotech, never come back because his name would be dragged through the mud forever. So it's a big binary event
You
for the
know,
guy.
Gert,
What?
you want to know the truth about Gert? He's not worried about Jake, and he's not worried about Dr. J. We shouldn't be worried about Gert.
No, I'm not worried about Garrett. He'll be fine. I mean, he made his millions in salary every year, but it is a binary event for the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a big deal. I mean, it's for everyone invested in the company too.
Fosco didn't say anything to make me think it's 50-50, but he didn't say anything to convince me that it's better than that.
Mm.
I want to go to the charts. I'm a hard person to convince.
Yeah.
You know what, Jake? The data will tell us soon enough. I'm very impressed with this bottoming pattern here. Look at this. 3 days in a row, just about the same bottom. It's a very nice little trend line here. It's a line of support that we found just about at 1182.
Yeah.
Solid support. If it takes that out, then we're looking at trouble, probably about 10, low 10s. Looking at trouble. But so far, so good on CVM. I don't want to spend too much time on it because I got a lot of others. Well, I'll tell you what, maybe we'll come back to it. BCRX.
It's less note on that, and we can come back later. But I bet my bottom dollar is going to be 14 to 15 before data readout at the very least. I mean, it has to be for those warrant holders to exercise. Once again, this always
Probably right.
Yeah.
Do you think it matters what the price is before the data readout in terms of increasing or decreasing the odds?
Well, no, but it could help you find a position to play, right? I mean, if you're gonna do the $10 puts, they'll be a lot cheaper if the price hits 15s. You want the price to go up before data for sure. It just makes everything a lot easier to play. So it does matter for your own good, but does it affect the data? Absolutely not.
So 430, I think is what I called for the low on BCRX. I missed it. The low is actually 424, but I came pretty close. Pretty damn close. I think that's our support, right around where I bought, right about 430. I like that for support. Oh, yeah, I mean, this is certainly support too, the low, 424. I could put another line in there if I want to bother, but I don't really want to bother. Now, the question is our A, B, C correction over? And that's what it looks like to me, an A, B, C correction that's probably over. In which case, we take this old high out. So if this is truly the bottom, the chart is telling me new highs. You like that? You like my optimism there?
Yeah, I think is pretty correct. I mean, fundamentally, there's a lot of things going on in the next couple of weeks. You have two conferences next week. You have on Monday or Tuesday announcement that the offering closed. Now the big deal here, right? I mean, let's take galidesivir out of the equation, right? Even with the pipeline alone, this should be in the eights. But if you add in galidesivir, which part one Brazil data, right? They dosed 5 weeks ago, 4 cohorts. Each one is 1 week long. So they should have the data ready to go. So I would say probably analysis right now of the data, unless there's delays. But data should come out for that anytime.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Are you sure that this is pill form or is it intravenous?
It could be both. Now, it could be pill form because the toxicity level is a lot lower, right? I think for remdesivir, the pill form would kill, your kidney or whatnot. This one toxicity level a lot lower, so it can be. It's both. Yes.
At this point in the trials, is it still IV?
That's a good question. Godfather would know this. Let's come back to that one. That's really good.
If I had to guess, Dr. J is going to make a guess. I would guess it's still IV.
Yeah. All right. Let's ask Godfather. He knows everything about the trial.
Maybe in the future they're going to try pill form.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe, but even in IV form, it still should be better. Now we'll see the data, right? I mean, the ATP is a lot closer to the virus than remdesivir, right? But basically, all it's doing is creating a fake ATP. The virus thinks that if it eats it, it's going to produce, gets the energy to produce more, but it's a clone, it's a fake, so it dies off, right? It's like a diversion play with how viruses got this real.
I have no doubt that it's going to have better efficacy than remdesivir.
Yeah, and remdesivir,
no doubt.
Yeah, it's a low bar, anyways. But point is, the data should be out in the next couple of weeks. Stonehouse.
Look at this beautiful trend line going up. It's beautiful. It's a thing of beauty. It did test the trend line today, went slightly below it and finished above it, which is fine.
Yeah.
Very, very, very nice. Impressive. And like I said, it very well could be the end of that ABC correction.
Well, yeah, it's an offering, 100 million. Should close on Monday. Now, remember, remdesivir brought, $30 billion in addition to Gilead's market share. So if this happened, who knows what the price point would be. But the company, it's not a pump and dump company. Right?
No.
They've already had, it's not. They've been around for 30 years. The pipeline's super solid. They didn't use this to pump the stock price. I mean, if there was one drawback of the company, it's that the CEO, he's not a pumper.
I don't consider that a drawback. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I myself like that as well. I mean, there's the company has a history of being that way as well. Mm-hmm. So,
they're a very, very legit company, no doubt about it.
Yeah. And when the CEO was asked, "Are you afraid that the market share for this antiviral is being taken away by remdesivir?" The answer was one, no. We want remdesivir to do well. Two, the government is already stockpiling the drug because there's not enough to go around, right? So it's not, yeah, it's the relationship with the government has been formed for decades with this company. So all we're waiting on is severe data. Should be in the next couple of weeks. And with the offering,
You know something? I wouldn't be shocked if I wind up making more money on this than either athx or CVM.
yeah, I
It
would.
has that
Yeah,
it has that kind of potential.
yeah. I wouldn't either. I mean, obviously CVM is like the bigger binary. It's the sexy 80 or 0 kind of deal. But I would say biotech probably risk and reward is a lot safer, and the reward is still relatively pretty good. You know, could be 2 or 3x.
This could go from 6 to 60 like a rocket ship. It has that kind of potential. What is it? $1 billion? Under $1 billion its market cap?
I think it's going to be around 700 after the offering.
So
700-800
10
between
times, 10 times, well, 10 times would put it at 43. 10 times would be 7 billion. Why not? Why not? Possible, right?
It's possible. I mean, I don't see how the data could be bad, but anything can happen. You know.
Yeah. All right, let's look at the next one of Dr. J's enthusiastic plays. Now, my reasons for being enthusiastic are nebulous, but I will still say that I'm enthusiastic. And one of the enthusiastic is the same reason I said about 2 months ago when I spoke to the CEO. I like the CEO, Tim Rodell. I like him. I think he's an honorable fellow, very honorable, very knowledgeable, and he's going to do the right thing by this company, and this company has potential. So based on that, I'm willing to take a flyer with it. Also, based on the fact that as soon as you go onto the website, there's sort of a disclaimer about COVID-19 and the hemopurifier. Despite that disclaimer, I sniff out some, in my opinion, somewhere down the road, there may be a COVID-19 play for this company. Despite the strong denial by the CEO when I spoke with him 2 months ago, despite the disclaimer on the website, I'm first thinking that there's going to be a COVID-19 play. My mind is working in reverse. Does that make any sense to you? Maybe not. I'm suspicious. Dr. J is suspicious.
Yeah. So you think
and we have
a COVID play is in the works to be announced anytime?
I think so. By the end of June. How's that?
Okay.
And what we saw yesterday, a pop to almost the 100-day moving average, which was resistance, was very significant to me. Even though we had a sharp pullback today, I found it to be a buying up. So I added. I like it. I like it a lot. I have a lower average than where it's at now, so I'm happy. All right, but again, I'm doing it on gut. My gut, it's always, do not follow Dr. J's gut without the advice of an investment advisor who might not have indigestion like I do. Right, Jake?
Yeah.
Our opinions are strictly what? Our own, and do not constitute investment advice. And you know something? That goes for Lynn, it goes for Clarence, It goes to cabinet guy. It goes to any of our chat guests as well. Their opinions are their own and do not constitute investment advice. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Lynn's advice is definitely investment advice for me.
Well, Lynn's advice is creme de la creme, but it's not investment advice. It's just her opinion, but she's been right on the money. I mean, it's code. What was it? COC. What's that stock code? Codex. The symbol on that. CODX.
Yeah.
She gave it to. She alerted us to that at about $4.
Yeah, that's a nice move.
Lynn's been amazing.
Yeah, it's a nice move.
Lynn is amazing.
Yes, she is. Hey, by the way, Godfather is here. He's at the Brazil trial for
aemd. We're done with it. It has to break. I'm not totally done with it. If it breaks the 100-day, look out above. Next stop is $3. So we're not far away from, on an announcement, it's going to probably make new highs for the year. $10. I'll put a $10 target.
Wow.
Dr. J's target, $10.
So is that realistic?
$10.
Wow.
Yes. It's a very low market cap stock. Was it realistic for ABIO to go up fivefold the other day?
Mm-hmm.
Based on nothing, just in a stupid announcement. Of course, it collapsed. It gave it all back today, but that's a lot of it back today. All right, here's one that I'm confused. I sold half of it for a loss. I'm now below what I sold that half at, and I'm struggling with what to do myself. What happened? Where did my chart go? Get rid of this. My chart is here.
fldm.
Yeah.
Yeah, back when testing was cool.
fldm. Yeah. No, I'm not sure that I'm looking like a loser to me, but I'm still in it. I shouldn't share my losers. What am I looking for? Sympathy?
Well, I mean,
I'm not looking.
This taught us both
sympathy,
right? I mean, never buy stock without deep DD. So that's what we did. And, we lost some money.
I did not do it DD on this one.
Yeah, neither did I. Yeah, you know why I bought?
I'll tell you why. Into it.
You called me one day, and it was a day after like 3-year picks went ballistic that I didn't go in, right? So you gave me a number, and the psychology was, you know what? I'm not gonna let it happen again. So I blindly bought it without doing any DD.
Yeah.
And
I did something similar with one of my followers who's been hot and liked this stock. So I'm guilty of the same thing.
Yeah.
I rushed my due diligence.
Yeah. Well, it's a good lesson to us all. You always do deep due diligence.
Yes. Where's my chart? My chart, this is like, Yahoo is telling me this is such a terrible buy I made. I'm not even going to show you the chart. Yahoo is refusing to load my chart.
While we wait for that, I mean, the catalyst this half is any day the FDA can announce approval of one of their testing kits. And I don't know.
One problem with that.
Was that?
One problem with that. You forgot the or not part.
Yeah, or not. Right. I mean, it probably will be approved. I just don't know how much it'll pop because of it. Testing isn't getting the same pop it used to. Uh, so I'm hoping to break even on this.
I'm really annoyed that I can't get a shot out of this. I don't know why. I'll try one more time. I'm now wishing I sold the whole thing instead of half.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's small. Hopefully, it was a small position.
It wasn't huge. I told you what happened with that. I almost accidentally bought tenfold what I actually bought. I sold most of it back in after hours.
Yeah, I remember that.
I made a boo-boo on the purchase.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to waste any more time with this. I'm not writing it off as a loss yet, but I'm skeptical. Hopefully we'll have uploading athx.
Yeah, I think your internet is acting up today.
I'm not having good luck with technicals
Yeah.
on technology.
Oh yeah. Woman's intuition is the best.
Okay. If it's broken, reason for this. Who else?
Yeah, your internet is really bad today. Yeah. Oh no, your video went out.
Oh, some of the old shots. Maybe that'll help. Sometimes less windows. After hours, it shelf or something. There was something happened after hours. After having a nice recovery day. I think it was something like that. I didn't read the news, but I thought I heard somebody talking about it. I thought I heard a putty tap. We had a nice candle today, recovery candle. Came close to the 50 bounce, but I think there's going to be more dilution here. Why not for the company? They've been trading at $1.30, so now $2.90 looks like a good price to dilute, to raise capital. I don't know. I'm a little annoyed with this company too. Losing patience. I have my biggest position, and it's a little frustrating. Been waiting for a long time. I don't like its odds of winning the COVID-19 race, but I do like its odds of success in Japan for ischemic stroke. So even though on Wednesday I said the right play is to sell and buy back lower, I didn't do it. So I should have sold a good shot right here on Wednesday, but I didn't do it. When I broke trend line, you see right here, when I broke this, I was thinking of selling and looking to buy back like at the 50. I would have had opportunity to buy back already, but I didn't do it. So that's another shoulda, woulda, coulda, all of that stuff. There's really nothing to talk about that we haven't already talked about with athx. So I don't want to spend too much time here. You want to go back to CVM, or you want to do one more?
Yeah, we can go back to CVM. Always. I mean, that's the it's crunch time right now, right? for
So we'll begin and end with CVM. I also like all FDX, KBM, STMP, you name it, Amazon, Walmart, Target. I like them all. I think people are disposing of them too quickly and are making a mistake when they have blowout earnings and the virus persists. So, with it all, I think it's good to own some of these stocks.
Yeah. Nail is a good one to own. Remember a month and a half ago, I called Nail.
That's a double two-time ETF.
Yeah, it went from 12 to 32, went back down to 27. It's the ETF for home builders and supplies. My hunch was that when people spend more time in their home, they find, reasons to upgrade it or even buy a new one. And looks like I was kind of right because.
Yeah. The home builders doing okay. Look, Royal Caribbean is surprising me. I would suspect a pullback to this 1275 area, maybe on Monday. And then a continuation of the rally, probably as high as 1499. We're looking at like you said, you mentioned this. You said 15, I kind of agree. So I think the trading range will be 1275 all the way up to 15.
Yeah.
And it could do that next week.
Yeah.
We're practically into June. What's today? The 29th, right?
Yeah.
30th, 31st June, 1 is Monday, right?
Yeah. Once the announcement for the data lock is out, you're probably going to see a lot less short pressure on the stock. And I think that can happen anytime because 298 was announced was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, the data lock is just about over.
Yeah, so data lock is like 3 weeks, so it should be announced anytime. Once that happened, you should have some pressure off. I mean, it's gonna go back to 15. I mean, even if you're short, you're gonna need some ammo to continue pushing it down. But once again, right, the data is
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, this one is probably the thing keeping me up at night, and once again, Dr. J, you're like you're like Rambo, man, like not playing, not buying any insurance.
I may still buy insurance if it runs to 15, or I might just sell some.
Yeah, I mean, it was 15. The insurance on the July should be super cheap or cheaper. They're expensive, but they should be cheaper.
It's super cheap is the June's if the announcement happens before the 19th.
I don't think there's any way it's going to be June. No, not June 19 at least. If it's June, it'd be like June 27 or something like that. June 19. Yeah.
Probably right.
Yeah, even if data lock is announced on Monday, it's still 2 to 4 weeks for data analysis. So my money's on end of June, beginning of July.
Probably right. All right, so we're done with CVM. Amazon, it's always the right time to buy Amazon. It's never wrong to buy Amazon. When in doubt, buy Amazon. I'm a big Amazon fan. I still am. 3M pulled back a little. I think it's a good venture. Walmart I like. I like all those stay-at-home type plays and some of the PPE type plays like Lake. What did Lake do today?
I think it's up like 1 or 2%, something like that. Nice recovery though.
I like Lake.
Well, the
I
earnings
think,
what on June 9th?
I think so.
Yeah, I should have good earnings.
They should. They should announce even bigger ramp up than they already have.
Yeah.
This is like the chart looks nice. It's hugging the. It's being repelled by the 100, right? Why is it reloading? Come on. I saw it for a second, then it reloads on me. Why is it down a buck after hours? We don't like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Abraham has a good question. It says, "Will data lock be announced?" And I don't know. I don't know if that's a material event. I would imagine Geared would announce it, but legally, I don't know.
I don't know legally either.
Hmm. You know, we should give our friend Gavin a call, see how he's doing.
Okay, why not?
Yeah, why not?
I want to look up Lake. I don't know why it's down after hours. It's bothering me.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm also venturing to say that we should have Geert on the show. Uh,
I don't think so. He said everything he has to say in that other interview. What's he going to repeat himself 20 million times?
it's true, but it's always good to see his spirit, and it's always fun
Franklin,
to connect the
I don't see any reason
to
for
go
the
crazy.
after hours. I'm not going to worry about it. The after hours means sometimes nothing, so not worried about it. You want to say sayonara or what?
Yeah. Oh, you know
AJB
what?
is here. Kamal is here. Kamal, that's what you were telling me about 500 points ago. You're waiting for the market to go down. Don't do that, Kamal. You can't fight the tape.
Dude, don't fight the feds, right? Until now, until election day. I mean, unless you have trillions of dollars, don't fight the federal government. It's just not.
Kamal, don't be not good to be a contrarian. I know it doesn't make sense why it keeps going up, but it's going up. So ours is not to question why, right? Ours, Heath knows the rest of that. Ours is not to question why. Finish that, Heath. Heath is saying sayonara, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Trump is,
Ours is not
if
to
anything, the
question
best bumper
why.
of all time.
Ours is but to do or die.
Yeah, man.
AJB, thanks you, Jake.
Yeah. Yeah. Anytime. I actually think it's a good time to get back in to now. We're at 32. Um,
Let's throw Lynn a kiss. Ready, Jake? Throw her a kiss. She's the best. The best. All right, let's say sayonara, arrivederci, ciao. Is that good?
Goodbye.
Shalom.
Mhm.
Trying to end, they won't let me end.
Oh, yeah.